Nothing else.
Is this the 14?
I don't remember. I think it's a 12. Bear with us. We're amateurs. Being Wilson.
B. Willie.
B. Williman. We're trying to set up a camera act like we've never done this before. Let's see. Hang on. It ain't long. There's no way. There it is.
Who we got on the chat? What's up? What's up? Shoo.
Live chat.
What up, Steve? B. Wilson in the house. Ben's probably gonna make about $5,000 here this morning.
Ben, no dollar.
When's the last time you did a live?
Probably a month and a half.
Yeah,
2 months.
something like that. Yeah,
Something like that.
you lose track of live there. You gotta kind of gear up. Hell, mine can go for damn an hour. So
I'll do them, then I delete them.
Oh, really?
Because I never like the way they turn out. Very rarely do I leave them up. Been up here since 3:30. Y'all been sleeping on Monday. See, some of
Cody,
y'all been sleeping.
Cody was blowing their text messages up at 5:30 a.m.
Hey,
and
get
I was
up.
like, well, all right, damn.
No, I really just couldn't sleep.
So we're here in the new lair, the new Skunk Wash lair. I think you've shown them some video. You have not? No.
They ain't seen none of it.
Show around,
All right.
dude.
Well, I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna flip the camera. All right. Let's see. We got 20 people, so we finally have us a office after a long time. So come in here. We're gonna put a coffee bar kind of something right there, and a fridge for rehabs. Yeah. Little seating area turned out pretty good. I like it. The ceiling's probably my favorite part, I guess. This desk is pretty slick too. It's big old thick cedar beams. They fit like a 4-inch, 3-inch thick cedar slab, all that. So I got a couple of toys in here, just the ones I don't shoot much. Yeah, it turned out all right. I gotta clean it up though. There's still like dirt and stuff in there from putting it together. Oh shoot. Super pump. Shoot. Stuff and things.
Objects of desire.
Cool stuff. Yeah.
So, what questions y'all got for us, by God?
Yeah. What we've noticed is we need one more thing to make this complete. A moat.
Yes.
And I don't know if I'm gonna go full alligator, but like caimans.
Caimans? They're Komodos.
They're feisty. Yes.
Komodos.
Like 2 Komodos and 3 caimans.
They bite you, their saliva like
You're dead.
will rot your shit off.
You're not gonna make it.
That's pretty, we need some of those. I think we'll have to put like a board down there or something to where
Because
they can't knock.
you would think it would be obvious, but it's not.
It's not obvious.
Gotta come ask.
Everything you think is obvious is not obvious to the rest of the population. Are they in the lair? Let's go fuck with them.
I'm gonna go mess with them right now. Well, see, go ask Brian first. If Brian tells you to come up here, then something's really bad now.
So yesterday, speaking of Murphy's Law,
Oh yeah,
like that's a good lesson, I think.
Yeah.
They never see this stuff though. Y'all never get to really see the Murphy's Law situation. If it can go wrong, it will go wrong. Yesterday we were out trying to clean something, and damn if everything just went wrong. Tell them a little bit about it.
let's see. We started. So he was driving down, and we knew we were gonna go shoot a video or try to. So I came here and got the work truck with a skid and did some, I don't know, I bunch of little stuff. Took like an hour, whatever I was doing. Oh, I was getting the sprayer, cleaning it out, grabbed some Ox-Nox, just getting everything ready so that when he got here at 2:30, we could just go because we're going to eat supper, right? We ain't got time to play around. So I'm trying to kill an hour that would inevitably be an hour. So he gets here. He's like, where you at? I'm almost home. Pick you up in the work truck, grab him. We come back. We get across town and the work truck's overheating. Little temp gauge is coming up. I'm like, well, that's weird. Just kept on coming up. So it ran into the red. I don't think we heard anything. So we had to come back to the shop, put the work truck up, take the skid off the work truck, which I don't like moving them full of liquid. So drain the skid, take the skid off the work truck, go back and get my other truck, come back, put the skid on a trailer, one of my little personal 6x12 trailers, fill it back up with liquid. Okay, so now we're pulling the skid with a 92 Toyota extended cab that don't want to pull the skid.
Beautiful truck.
Love it. It ain't even made for that.
Ain't made to pull that.
No.
You get a whole 6 miles a gallon with a little Toyota like that.
The skid's like, 600 and something pounds, and you load it up with liquid. So then finally we're off. All right, we got the skids moved, truck, screw the truck. We'll think about that later. And we get to the job site, and it's oxidized metal roof, looks like crap. And we get this a lot, Ox-Nox don't work, right? But we've got hundreds of guys, literally albums in our phone of proof. So we're just gonna go do another video and get a little bit more. It does work. You're just stupid. So we get to the job site, and little Milwaukee battery sprayer, it just quits working. Thing's like a month old, right?
It didn't just quit working.
It started leaking.
It started purging out of seams.
So I'm like, okay. Well, we did manage to spray a little corner on the roof, and it looked, the only thing that worked yesterday was Ox-Nox. Plumb wild. So it cleaned the piss out of the roof. Got a little overspray on the house, which is normal. We're shooting from the ground. Well, he's got indoor paint on an exterior. So monkeyed up the paint a little bit.
Leave it to Roanoke or small towns to have indoor paint on a damn exterior of the house.
And we're just like, and then the neighbor walks across, and he's like old, and he leans on my truck, which I don't like that because this is like a pristine 92 Toyota. I don't know this guy, so don't lean on my truck, old dude. He kind of looked like Kenny Rogers too. I don't like.
He had like a damn. He just wanted to tell us that he had just swept it. He swept it, his porch, and how good it looked. Have you seen it since he swept? And we're just like, you know what?
We just left. Like,
we just left. Came back to the house. So, moral of the story is, y'all don't see a lot of that stuff from us, but that stuff happens all the time. Just like, it's almost like we call it the universe or whatever. It conspires to, whenever you're onto something, I feel like it puts obstacles in your way. And we don't have any quit in us anyway. We're going to keep going. Like, that video going to get made. So I don't care what the hell the universe wants to do. That video is going to get made. But yesterday we thought we could power through the overheating of the truck. We were like, you know what? You ain't going to get us down.
I got another truck.
So I got another truck.
So, don't care.
And it's something about it. We're just like, well, that second time around, it hit us with about 4 more things.
We had to be back to go to eat. I done told Emily we were going to be back at 5. So it's just, but you think about it, I've got 700 and something videos on the channel. So you think about how many hours it takes, and that's just to get the footage. And it don't always go like that, but a lot of times, like, it's inevitable that you're going to run into stuff, and that's why most guys don't have, any content on the channel, because it is hard. And then you got to go back and edit all that stuff and make it look right and make sure you get rid of all the stupid dead parts of the footage. And then you also have to have, like, another person there to do the footage. So if I'm by myself a lot of times, it's just about impossible to do. So there's Dad. What up?
Hey, man,
there at the beach.
Yes, Lord.
Yeah.
I think that I don't think there's ever been a job that hasn't thrown me some sort of a curveball.
That's all the time.
Ever, whether even if it was like a weird pitch on a roof or some weird angle, that I'm trying to hit, and I'm starting to spray too much chem, I'm trying to hit it, and I can't get, or there's something
all the time.
that's going to throw a curveball. It's not catastrophic.
Yeah, normally it's just like one thing.
Little things that you're always having to kind of troubleshoot around.
Yeah, I forgot to charge the batteries, or I forgot to go get fuel, or
My favorite is you don't quite have you forgot to charge batteries, so you got battery,
right?
but it's about midway.
You're always worried,
and you're kind of like, and you're barely hitting. It's always something like that. But it's accountability at the end of the day. It's my fault, so.
And that's why you have to have redundancy, in everything you do. So either be really good at making like infield, on the fly changes and stuff, or have a lot of redundancy in your stuff.
Keith says that, and it's like, dude, we are a shop. Like, we have every bit. You're right.
Yeah.
Even when you go out of your way to prevent the problems. Think of how much prevention is at this location.
Oh, dude, that's what's frustrating.
You got every part to replace right now.
Way more than you should be.
Yeah.
On like Aaron can kind of tell you, because if you hear me say it, you just think I'm just saying it. But I'm like, bro, there's so many Milwaukee impacts down there, and batteries, like more than we would ever run down in a week.
Right.
But it's like, I'm thinking about buying another forklift for redundancy. It's like, what? So I'm way redundant and pretty handy, and it's still difficult. So imagine the guy that only wants to buy like the bare minimum. He's also not savvy. Bro, you flirting with disaster right there, dude.
Well, disaster inevitably strikes, and those are the tests.
Yeah. Right.
That's going to test you.
Yeah, Scott. We're getting a new work truck. So I was looking at them last night. The newer 2023 F250s, they've got a 200 watt inverter built in them. So I'm gonna check today and see. I think that'll power those battery chargers that we use, which would be great, because as long as you charge it, you're fine. But it's if you forget to charge it, or if you're running like an apartment complex and you're running all day, like 12-hour day out there spraying, it would be nice to be able to just be permanently plugged into the truck, and you just cut it on just like a standby mode. No, they call it a convenience mode. It's like your laptop. Then they got a generate mode, and it'll actually cut the skid on. So
oh wow,
that'd be great. Like you'd never have to worry about ever running out of juice.
It's funny that's like a 2023.
I know.
Like, bro, that's not new tech.
No, well, the old truck that we had that we sold, it was a gas burner F250. It had an inverter in it, but it was aftermarket, and whoever had it, they just put it in the back seat, and I had a little switch, and I could cut it on. And I just ran an extension cord through the firewall, and it was great. But we sold that truck, so yeah, it's nice. Battery powered is really nice, especially if we run lithiums. So you got plenty of runtime anyway. What y'all getting into this week? Some of y'all still out washing, man. It's still hot outside here. It'll be about 83 today. Look at that. That's half power. Got a little Honda generator. Hey, another thing you can do is put in a solar panel. We have found with a lithium upgrade, it's actually much cheaper in the long run, and you get better performance because you run a lot longer. So we're running a super pump, which we need the lithium for the super pump. You don't need it, but it's nice. So we got probably 7 hours of solid runtime. And
it's not dying off.
It just runs, and then when it's dead at the end of the day,
that's the advantage to the lithium, is that it will just all run all the way out, and then when it's dead, it dies. Like a regular battery deep cycle, it's gonna drop gradually over the day. A lithium doesn't do that.
Now, if you guys are running 12 volt, you can daisy chain batteries in parallel. That's easy.
Big ass bank.
Yeah, you can just make yourself a huge bank. That'd be easier than buying a generator. That's what I would do.
You got 800 pounds of batteries.
Bro, that's like some of our competition, which I'll call their name, Softwash Systems. They build great rigs. You open a Softwash system skid, and there's like 6 interstate batteries, but they're daisy chained to one big bank of 12 volt, and they just do that because that's how they do them. You don't need that, but if you're gonna run like long periods of time and you're worried about it, you can just slap 2 more batteries in there. Don't wire them in series, because now you're making 24 volt or 36 volt, but wire them in parallel, so you just got a bigger bank. It's like a golf cart. Oh, cool, man. Keith, want to go do a big pitch?
Go and get the money, bro.
You're gonna have bleach on that suit by the end of the day.
Somehow.
It'll happen, dude.
Somehow bleach is gonna find its way.
I ain't gonna ruin these pairs of 511s.
No, you gonna ruin them.
Just take bleach to the store and throw it on. So I'll take that pair. Gonna happen, man. Mid-September washing blues. We probably gonna try to get some more super pump footage this week, maybe tomorrow. Super pump ain't worth a damn, is it?
Not a damn. Not one damn.
Not even a damn. Not even just an individual damn. It's not worth it. I wouldn't have it.
Can you imagine? Why would you ever need to shoot that high?
Well, you can't. You
don't need it.
You don't need it. You need a lift. What you
get a lift and run it, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
and have your guys put that 3/4 inch plywood in
Across
the yard.
the grass.
You're just froggering it all the way over, you know.
Yeah, because with the like 2 lift rentals, maybe 3, you could have bought another pump.
Oh wow, dude.
That's wild.
But you don't. I mean, just rent a lift.
You don't 5 stories. 6 on a good day, no bunch of wind. You don't need that.
I wouldn't get one.
I wouldn't get one. 10-year lithium, you don't have to worry about fuel for 10 years. No battery problems, no gas, no oil changes. I wouldn't have one.
It sounds just too efficient.
I wouldn't have one. The man told me, I need to see that on the gauge. I said, go to hell.
Go to
I'm not saying I wouldn't show it to you on the gauge, but because you asked,
you ain't getting it.
you ain't gonna get that.
You don't need to see shit is what you don't need to see.
So can you control the speed now? We can control the speed since day one. We've got a box on the rig and we've got a speed controller. So yeah, it's speed controllable, but the pumps, what we're taking pre-orders for does not have the speed controller as part of that because that component is getting shrunk down and figured out at the exact cost. So it'll be something you can add on. If you go and get a super pump right now and you put in a pre-order, you're just getting the pump. The speed control module will be a separate doodad because it's right now it's like this big. It looks like a flux capacitor because that's what I told them to make it look like for the trade show. I wanted it to look like that. They got to shrink that way down and it'll just be a plug and play thing on the pump. We don't know how much that's going to cost, so we can't really tell you because we're not sure. We could be way off on that. So, but yeah, speed control is really cool. When you don't want all the flow, you just dial it back, and all that's going to go into the wash watch. I got a wash watch in there, so it'd be done right here on your watch. Not that watch, not that one right there, but one like that. Okay.
Yeah, how much that watch?
That watch. Ah! It's a mortgage. You got an amortization on that. You in the first lien in the HELOC on the second lien. No, it's really cool to be able to control that speed, but even if you had to walk back to the truck, it would still be awesome. But we're trying to make it to where you don't have to go back to the truck, so it's gonna be really, really slick.
Yeah, you're gonna dig it. That's John Maccabee, Solo Boss.
Oh, what up? I didn't know that was you,
Maccabee,
John.
yeah.
I did not know that. Now I got to remember that.
Jordan Maccabee out in Australia with the wallabies and capybaras.
Why does he do a better John Maccabee than John Maccabee?
I've studied the Maccabee, man.
John's probably cleaning a water tower right now at night. At night, John's like, "Where I can't do it."
You know, mate, we're on the side of this water tower.
Yeah, he's there.
It's here.
Tower.
Yeah.
See, I'll try to do it and I always turn Scottish. I don't know why.
No, I can go
He's
there.
from Scotland, like John's not
Somehow
from
it goes
Scotland.
into Jamaican too. I've been accused of that.
John ain't got no Jamaican in him. No, he's not Jamaican. No, it's cool though, man. So the rinse capability, that's where the real sexiness is at, right? So you're able to apply Kim and then rinse it at full bore, and that's where the efficiency comes in. Because honestly, like y'all ain't gonna, hopefully we get video of this week, but rinsing with an 8-gallon ball valve and rinsing with the super pump, it's like I'd about rather have the super pump because it feels the same as far as wrench power, but the super pump
That's
will
just
hold that further.
pressure of the 8.
Yeah, the 8's probably just as good right here.
Yeah.
But when you get out past a floor or two, the 8 turns into mist because it is so much pressure.
Super pump still has full flow on the second and third story with.
Yeah.
So yeah, like if you would open up that 8, like almost all the way,
right?
Get that nice gentle flow that's full rinse.
Put your head in front of it, but yeah, get out there.
That's what the super pump is the whole time.
Yeah.
So it's no question it's more flow than an 8 because 8 is 8 total. This is 16.
16.
But then you still have some pressure to agitate.
Now it's 16 at open flow. Okay, this is how pumps are rated, and it's weird to me that nobody ever craps on a pressure washer for that. But they'll crap on other systems. Well, they said it was a 7 gallon a minute and only get X at the gun. Well, they can't. There's no way a pump company.
There is no at the gun.
There is no at the gun.
That doesn't exist. That's something that pressure washers have tried to invent.
Everybody's setup is different on the outbound side. So literally, all a pump company can do is give you the bench test, right? What does it do on sucking in and open flow?
That's the standardized test.
That's what you go off of. So don't get wrapped up about what's it doing at the gun, because all that can change with your gun, the outbound hose, run it through a hose reel, and all that stuff matters. So they don't know what you're gonna hook it to. That they can't. It's not that they're trying to stretch the truth. It literally is the rating. Like that's the rating.
That's the only way you can test.
It's the only way you can.
I had this dude up at this store I used to frequent up in Nashville for pressure washing stuff, and he couldn't figure out why he was killing these pumps, dude. Well, he had like a fertilizer pump, one of them gas pumps, and he was spraying it through like a 3/8 line.
Oh God!
Like it was like a damn pencil. He was just cooking the thing.
He sleeped it.
He goes, I done went through a bunch of these damn pumps.
Probably mad at the pump.
Mad as hell at the pump.
Well, we did that, circa about 2018.
He could hold like 800 footer line on that damn hose reel.
I had always soft washed with the like 4 point whatever you can get it, Tractor Supply, whatever that biggest 12 volt is. It's like 4.7, whatever, a little weird size. So when we went full time, my thinking was, okay, well, we're full time. Let's get the big pumps, right? It'll be more efficient. So we did. We bought 7 gallon a minute Fat Boys. Mm-hmm. That's what you see on all the old forums or Fat Boy. What is a fat? Are we buying a motorcycle?
Right, the Harley.
Stupid. So we go and get some. We order some, we get them, and we're cooking them like that. Now we didn't know what we were doing, but we were killing them because we were running them on 3/8 and 1/2 inch plumbing. Now here's the difference though. We figured that out in about a week and about $1,200 worth of pumps. But you know what we didn't do because it wouldn't have been right? We did not try to return those pumps and get free pumps.
Because who was the stupid one?
That would be us.
I'll be damned.
We were paying the stupid tax.
Wild as hell.
Wild as hell. Like, integrity. I
don't know.
Thought everybody had
I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know what to tell you. I said, well, we just learned a valuable lesson.
I went back in there to Tractor Supply. I walked in. I said, this pump right here died on me. He said, okay, well, what'd you do to it?
Nothing.
I just took it out of the box and looked at the rascal, and it died on me, and I need a warranty. You mean you didn't run bleach to it?
No,
I
did
would
not.
Never do that.
I did not.
Not a one drop of bleach is
his pump. Okay. Now I might run a Roundup.
Meanwhile, it cut scenes to that pump, and that pump looks just like a salt.
It looks like a margarita. It's got a salt ring. It's sitting beside a bowl of queso.
Now, no, I don't.
No.
Never did that.
No. Now I run some water through it. Now I might have run a little bit of 2,4-D.
I will run some.
I will run a little Roundup, a little glyphosate out there. But I do not run no bleach. I'll do. Now I have been known. I will say I have been known. Time to time run a little fire retardant through the pump. Say I was on a brush fire. So I run no bleach through it. I swear on my mama's. No. What they want to do is they cook like. Guys, this is wild. You can go back in the old forums and be careful there because it's the land of stupid. But you can see tons of repeat posts of guys saying, "Yeah, I just buy the pump, I run it 3-4 months, and then when it dies, I take it back and warranty it." That's not what the warranty's for. Like it's a manufacturer's warranty against defective parts. It ain't you. That's like trying to warranty your tires after you ran them 80,000 miles. Like that's not what the warranty's for.
I wonder how much hate I could garner if I have my attorney send a big fat letterhead to Tractor Supply in Northern and say, "Listen, I don't know if you're aware,
This is what's going on.
but this is what they're doing. They're conning you."
100%.
After they get out of church, they're coming up here and conning you. Yes, Lord.
But it's weird, like, because guys will do that and not think anything about it because the person they're hurting is a company.
Yep.
So it's an ether, right? They don't feel bad about it at all. So it's just, it doesn't matter if it's a person or a company. It's not right to do that because that's probably been the number one question we've got. Is there going to be a warranty with this pump? Well, no, because we know how y'all are. Like, there ain't no way we could warranty it. Now, I would love to. In a perfect world, you could. But because we know the pump's, as solid as anything we could possibly put out the door. But you can't because you know what people are going to do with it. They're going to wire it up wrong. They're going to not charge the batteries. They're going to run it on low voltage. They're going to put little bitty hose on it. They're going to have, 16 gauge wire running to it, and it ain't getting enough amp. There's so many things.
The moral of the story is that it's always the pump's fault.
Every time.
And never their fault.
Every time.
Never their fault.
Yeah.
Not a one.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that we've learned about the industry over the last 4 or 5 years is that's not everyone. A lot of you guys in the chat, that's not who you are.
Yeah, it probably ain't these guys.
It probably ain't these guys. But the rest of the people, that's exactly who they are.
Right. And Scott just, that you're offering rebuild kit. Yeah, so we talked about that. We didn't really initially plan on doing that, but it's not that we want to make sure the pump has a lot of value, but the value's already there.
It's already there with the height, with the performance, with the wrench speed. You're not going to find anything that has that capability. No. You're dealing in Formula One land. This is Formula One performance.
100%.
And y'all want Honda Civic like Honda Civic warranty, it's like it was shoot a Radisson from the ground. Right. You can't even compare these two environments. And so
we're squeezing the performance side because that's what everybody is looking for with the pumps. So, I'll just say I feel like the pump should go if I'm running it, I'm pretty confident I could get 6 months out of it.
I bet Ben Wilson could get a year.
Oh, for sure.
That dude,
for sure.
That dude wrenches.
He's running Northern too.
He's still, and I think it's the same one.
It probably is. We've got guys running the same Northern tool pumps for 4, 5, 6 months, and then they'll do the rebuild. So that's kind of where I'm thinking that the average guy with some sense that flushes them out after every job, he should fall between that 4, 5, 6 months, somewhere around 5, 6 months. And then you do the rebuild, right? And that's quick and easy. So it's, it's not a lot of money. But the pump at the pre-sale price, $1,500, I mean, that's a deal, bro. And plus that's like a day of washing, right? Around Roanoke.
Like 2 hours of washing.
If you're in a good market.
And, John McAbee, he's got like $80,000 worth of jobs. He just put it in the chat on the schedule for like the next 2 weeks.
That's like...
So like,
The pump is... Now, we don't want you guys to think that we don't stand behind the pump. It's not that.
Well, we've never been that way anyway about anything.
It's just we can't... I've got a pump out there that's going to be running 1 million gallons through it. Had a guy when I did the video said, "Hey, send me one and I'll test it for you." I don't know who the hell you are. You're some dummy with 2 videos on his channel. So we have engineers, doing these things, running these tests, these longevity tests. But the big thing that kills things in our industry is just totally leaving bleach in it. And that happens, that's what a lot of guys do. They just, it's the end of the day, it's the end of the job.
Tired.
They're tired, it's just, they're ready to go home. And if you take care of your stuff, it usually lasts a lot longer. I've seen guys run Remcos for a year.
Yeah.
Plenty of guys. Like, that's not a rare thing. That's kind of a sort of rare, but not like unheard of thing to get a year out of a 12-volt pump.
We're gonna go shoot some hotels coming this week. Go shoot over the top of them. Get some footage for y'all.
It's crazy.
But the fact you don't have to have a lift, your guys aren't in a lift. You're not having to get a lift through the parking lot up onto the grass.
Well, the gas every day, filling up the gas tank.
Oil changes.
Oil changes. What happens if you're running a gas-powered pump and you go down?
Oh, that dude's down.
You're done.
Done.
Like, you're going to look at exploded diagrams of O-rings. It's that O-ring right there. I need that one. Well, I don't know if we got that one. Like,
Call 6 more places. Now it's just replace, click, click, boom, boom, under a minute. Do you need the blue ball on the super pump? Yes.
oh yeah. Oh yeah. Gotta have it.
The batch buster was made for that 16 gallon a minute situation, and not just talking about the flow and the 16 gallons. We factored in this thing that a lot of guys never think about is the rinse capability when you turn your bleach off. Okay, because when you have bleach running and you have your water running at full blast, that's a lot more flow than when you turn the bleach off and it's just water. The Super Ball gives you that capability to get the same rinse speed with the just water. Okay, think about that. So if you have a regular valve system and you have bleach and your water going and you're getting this length, right? You cut the bleach off, it shortens your distance because you're shortening the GPM going into the pump. With the blue ball and the batch buster high flow system, you still have all of that going into that pump. I mean, I think the blue ball and the high flow system in there is almost more than that pump needs. What do you think about that? Is it like
on the super pump?
Well, maybe not.
No, it ain't on the super pump. It's close.
It's close.
It's as close as you can get and have a metering valve.
Right.
But on every other pump, and we've tested this. Like, we got a 24 volt Northern and it's 10 gallons a minute, and we're running it, surfactant, water, and bleach all open, and it's hitting. We're hitting the same spot and testing it. And I'll shut the surfactant off, nothing changes. I shut the bleach off, nothing changes.
So it's everything
It's
it wants.
all it wants.
Actually, that Northern cannot pump more.
It don't need it, which is beautiful, right? It's a beautiful thing, because prior to the Super Ball and the batch buster, we were using chem lines, and even some of the first batch busters out the door that those guys didn't upgrade to the Super Ball. They'd call, hey, it's not spraying what y'all said. I'm like, no, it is, because I'm looking at the production video. What are you doing? What valves do you have open? Well, I've got the water open. Well, yeah, because you're only giving it a third, more than a third. But
the Super Ball upgrade changes.
It's big, and that was done ahead of time, because now you've got pretty much the flow that the super pump needs, but you have another option as well if you want it, and you do want it. So you know how our block, I don't have one in here. Our block's got the 3 holes on the top for your 3 chems, right? It's got an outbound hole, which you could flip it either way. So let's just look at it this way. You got an outbound hole going to the pump, right? What do we do on this other side normally?
Well, that would either be a bypass for something else, but for us in the super pump,
Normally we cap that.
we cap it.
Right. But what we can do now is remove the cap, put another barb, and we'll run that straight back to the water tank with a valve. So when we don't want it, we'll keep the valves off. When you want a straight shot straight to the water tank, so now you're double feeding it water on the rinse cycle. So it's like a turbo rinse.
That's what we're calling it.
It's a
turbo rinse system.
It's crazy. And we're gonna work all that into the smart blend at some point. So when you click your smart blend actuator, if you kill everything, it'll automatically open the other valve straight to water. So you're feeding it with the water leg of the manifold,
right,
through a Super Ball and through the 1-inch straight to the water tank.
But only when you
kill
bleach.
All of that. You're doing
Right.
like your final rinse, or I wouldn't do that to rinse like shrubbery.
Right.
But if you need the extra rinse power, you don't want to do that. Ain't gonna be no leaves left.
Oh, Noah's Ark. Look at
Well, that's my house is flooded. Well, I put 16 gallon on it. Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. We really love it, and I love you guys know I'm quick detach. I'm a fan. Doot, doot. It's the size of a loaf of bread. So you got a spare, take it off, put the other one on. take the first one off. You can go home and do a rebuild kit, and that's fine. But I'm not about being down in the middle of a job.
No.
Not in July. Too hot.
Too damn hot. You know, you get down in the middle of a job with a gas pump in the middle of July, you know what you do? You get to go knock on that door.
You feel like an idiot.
I reckon we'll be back in about another week. I got to get some parts for this thing.
You could go down if the super pump died. You could go down and be back up and running before 3 minutes has passed.
You can do it how fast?
I can do it in about 40 seconds with the super pump.
We've timed him. Because that's such a critical thing, guys, redundancy.
Yeah.
If you know, the big thing that guys have been compromising with the gas systems is the redundancy capability, right? They were wanting the performance of the gas system and they were sacrificing redundancy for that performance. You don't ever have to do that anymore. You have the performance. All of it's there. Every last bit of performance is there with the super pump, but you also can maintain redundancy by keeping another one on the truck. You unclip it, clip it in. It's a 40-second. Now for him, it's 40 seconds. For you, it might be 3 minutes. I don't know.
Still fast.
Still fast. And you're back up and running. Your techs never lose any downtime.
Yeah.
That right there alone, dude, for a guy like a Maccabee,
Oh yeah.
who's got big jobs every single day.
Did you lose a day because you got romantic about a pump?
You lose a day, dude. That's
No, no. And you take the one that, you know, is the original one, you rebuild it on Saturday in the garage. So that one now becomes the spare. You put the rebuild kit on it, that's 10 minutes in the garage. It's easy. So it's truly a game changer. You guys still in here. 42.
What's up?
My last 4-story building cost me $2,500 and boom. See, you get to keep all that. Now, I had to rebuild my AR-60 manifold 3 times, and god dang, dude, that's Clint. Dude, that sucks. So if you don't have to rent the lift anymore, you should charge the customers less, right?
If you don't have to rent the lift anymore, you're
faster.
saying, no, I don't ever charge a customer less.
So you're faster on the job, so you
Dang,
should charge them less.
Less ain't in my vocabulary.
You charge them less.
What would my channel be if I ever charged somebody? How am I going to perpetuate the ministry?
How do you justify charging
How
them?
am I going to elevate these boys to another zip code? See, I'm trying to get their kids in private school.
I gotta charge them less. No, you charge them more.
No, you damn right.
At least charge them the same.
Because now, you know what you have to do with a lift that no one ever thinks of? They talk about the accessibility. They never talk about sinking a 20,000-pound unit in somebody's wet grass. And believe me, that lift will disappear
It's not heavy.
in that grass.
It's just a. It's
Or
a
you have to have a guy, so say you're up here. Now you have to have another guy or two picking them 3/4 inch plywoods up and putting it in front of that lift.
escort.
An escort so you can walk it across, right? You're beeping all day long with that beep. Beep, beep. If you move.
What if it leaks hydraulic oil and you didn't know?
And it's all over the concrete now. That's happened.
We've done those jobs where we had to go back and clean up for another company that rented
4 or 5
lift.
times, 10 times. I've heard of that.
Now, I'm not saying you're never going to rent a lift again.
Right.
But let's say, in an average guy's 10 years of running a truck or running a crew or running his business, he would have rented a lift, 40 times or whatever. Let's take that down to 8 times.
Right.
And that's a huge win, man. That's a big deal. No more lift rentals, man.
Because now it allows you to kind of focus into a whole new market, right? You got these hotels that they're not 80 stores. You're talking about the common hotels that we see around here.
Hampton Inns.
They
all look the
now,
same.
You can have one dude
Do a Hampton Inn.
do a Hampton Inn.
Like efficiently do a Hampton Inn.
And the truck pulls into just a parking spot.
Right.
You don't have a lift there. You're shooting it from the ground. You're rinsing it. And in a morning, he could do a Hampton Inn.
For sure. And there's not a residential house ever that you can't do, really.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
It's got to be like a Bill Gates' house if you can't do it. But we get a lot of dudes, they got these lake homes, you know, and so the house is already up on stilts. And
Sure.
so it's like a 2-story, but
The
it's closer
elevation
to a
changes,
4-story.
yeah.
So, you know, currently it's like life sucks. Well, now it don't matter.
Right.
It just does not care.
I guarantee, man, you guys are going to be amazed.
We get 60 feet out of a northern. Okay, when I say that, that's us in the shop shooting it as far as we can, and you get about the same, maybe a little more out of the gas rig. We're getting 75 to 77 feet out of the super pump. That's this way, arced. Okay, in the building. The building's 80 foot. I can put my back against the door, and I'm one big step from the other door. I've done it with a laser. It's about we're saying 75 feet because that's conservative. So that's pretty wild. 75 feet.
Yeah.
That's crazy land.
What do they call that shot?
Yeah, I don't know. The mortar.
The mortar shot.
We've had guys call back in or email in with tech support. No, it's not shooting. You know, on a 12 volt. It's not shooting 50 feet. And they're holding it like this. No. I want to see what the furthest you can shoot at a grown man, not a pygmy now. Okay? Don't get a pygmy. I need a 6-foot man to shoot it as far as you can and tell me what that distance is. Because again, we try to find an analog that we can test and replicate every time. So we have guys holding it straight horizontal. Well, they ain't going to shoot 50 feet like this. If you try to throw a baseball straight horizontal versus lobbing it as far as you can to the outfield, like it, I
don't know why I gotta explain that, man.
Bro, come on now. Come on now.
Come on now.
Come on. We had a franchise company out Midwest, and we got on a call with them. They're just going on and on about it ain't spraying right. And we get on the video, I'm like, it's spraying like hell. What are you talking about? And they said, well, we lost our lid to our water tank, so I know that was hurting it, but we bought a new lid. I said, no.
That water
That ain't damn thing to do with it. They were arguing with me that the lid, when they put the new lid back on, that it pressurized the tank. I said, well, see, I ain't time to argue with you because no.
You see? Do y'all see?
You could suck out of a mud puddle. You wouldn't know.
Now, some of y'all guys still don't know what we're talking about, but some of you in the chat right now,
Wow, dude.
dude said when he put the lid on the water tank, it pressurized
And it sprayed better.
and it sprayed better.
No, sir. You
No.
could take a sawzall and cut the top of the tank off.
And suck from that.
You can suck out a 5-gallon bucket. Do a bucket test. It's on the video. The
It don't
troubleshooting
care.
video. It ain't got no lid. He was like, oh, you're right.
That
So what in your placeboed 30 feet of spray distance out of the pump?
and the Dunning-Kruger hubris to stand up and say you're wrong, like to challenge.
Yeah.
Wild
Over
as hell.
something that's so basic. Like so basic.
You know what I mean?
Just super wild.
There's things that you guys know about, you know? Like some of you guys are big into guns and y'all been into it for years. Some of you guys are big into race cars, right? It's like me going to Justin French and like saying, well, reading that car, my car ain't turning.
About that.
My car ain't turning because that back quarter panel sheet metal is cockeyed.
Yeah,
Justin's like, that ain't got shit to do with that car turning.
Right.
He, like, that ain't, no, it is. Oh, okay.
There's about 3 areas I'm fairly knowledgeable at. It's this world, washing. It's oddly biblical stuff, Bible stuff, because I almost have a theology degree. I just quit. And then gun stuff. Now, I know a lot. I'm pretty good. But I default to Tyler Murphy.
Right.
Because he actually is Yoda.
Right.
He's like,
guns and
he
shit.
actually is Yoda. So it's a very powerful thing to kind of know what you don't know about stuff. Because that's when you can actually learn and get better. Like, I can work on a vehicle, but that is not my strong suit. I'd really just take some money and get it worked on.
Sure.
I don't know nothing about HVAC. Dusty's the electrical guy. Like, I know I can do stuff. But if it's something, I'm going to get Dusty to do it. Because that's he's got a degree in it. Like, he's an electrician.
If I could weighed out the amount of trips to Home Depot,
Jeez.
you should have called them long ago.
It ain't worth it.
You know, we could trip our way through it probably, but
Yeah, we can get
why
it.
would we do
It
that?
just ain't worth it. And it's knowing where. And that's truly just it's a math problem, right? Could I do it? Yeah. Is it worth my time? Well, if your time's valuable, then it's probably not.
Third level though is like what it says about me.
That's a different level.
That's the third level, is what does this say about me and the rest of my environment and my business and my relationship? that I'm unwilling to pay an expert. Like, what does that say? Because I know what it says because we grew up in it.
Who's the first person that it says something to? Is yourself.
Right.
And that's the only real person that it affects, is because you're talking to yourself. Your self-talk is that, no, I got to figure out how to do this by myself. Nothing wrong with doing it.
You that
Nothing wrong
arrogant.
with doing it.
That arrogant to think that you can do it better than an expert. It's like, how many of you guys have ever had a homeowner tell you?
You finna shoot them in the dick right here.
How many?
Because this will resonate, right? Because you've heard this. You've had homeowner come out and try to. I had a homeowner come out one time and ask me if I was going to dry the house off with towels. I was like, what the hell? What are you talking
Y'all
about?
going to dry it off?
Listen, now, you're about 68 and you're an old lady. So all I need you to do is go back in the house and make somebody a tomato sandwich. Okay?
Tomato sandwich.
And maybe, if you're feeling right, some chicken salad. But what you don't need to do is come out.
No, but y'all have it. Y'all have a homeowner try to tell you, well, you can't use bleach or this because I read something, I heard something, or you can't spray that, you can't do this, and you're just like,
no, we do that every day.
That's actually the first thing we're gonna do. And they want you to change your process.
Yeah.
The arrogance.
Had a lady come out one time. The way we do it, we pull up. If I'm by myself, I coat 2 walls on a house wash, and then I rinse those 2 walls. So I'm running with a fan and I'm coating. She come outside. I didn't even see her. She come outside and she stops me. Hey, you missed a spot. I'm like, no, it's wet. It's dripping. Well, it ain't clean. I'm like, no, I'm gonna coat it. You see, and then I'm gonna rinse it.
Go on, put the cocaine down.
What you do?
You're running too fast.
Go back now.
You need to give me about another hour.
The bleach ain't even like
Bleach brand new on.
Bleach sitting on the house. Bleach said,
I'm still working
I'm
up here. I'm here.
Bleach just showed up.
You missed a spot.
No.
All right, blonde ambition, get back in the house.
Back in the house. Just get back in the house. Mary? Don't know, but wants to talk. It's guys, research this if you don't know what the Dunning-Kruger effect is.
Dunning-Kruger.
Like Freddy Krueger, the Dunning-Kruger effect it's a thing that humans deal with, as far as basically, if you summed it up into a one-liner, it's smart people are really unsure of themselves because they're smart enough to know that they've been wrong a lot of times, and stupid people ain't never been wrong, so they're loud and boisterous and they're very sure of themselves. They're cockstrong. The dumb are cockstrong, and there's a quote, I can't remember it.
In the area that they shouldn't be.
They shouldn't be.
You know.
And everybody's dumb in an area.
Totally.
Or 20. And pretty much everybody's like a genius in like 2 or 3 areas that they're really good at.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
Well, Preston knows more about horology than I ever will. He's a kid.
Yeah.
But he's
into that.
He's a savant.
Yeah.
He's an idiot savant. I don't know.
He's an idiot savant.
Thing anodized hell out of Tall Reach tip.
Damn right.
All day.
That is something that I've experienced many times, and I have to check myself. Like, I'm taking a course right now. I'm taking a sales course that the guys here are probably going to be taking. But I'm taking it not because they're taking it, or the guys here are going to be taking it. It's because I want to learn. I genuinely want to get better at sales. I want to get better at someone else's protocol. I want to understand what are some other steps for selling psychologically that maybe I might be missing out on. I'm good. Yeah, I have belief in myself right here over on this side, right? I know I'm good. I know I can close the sale. But I'm not saying I can't get better. I can always get better.
Sometimes it's one little thing.
It unlocks, man. That's been the story of my life. Yeah. I couldn't figure out shit till 29 years old, and something shifted in my brain, and I started figuring stuff out.
Yeah. Little things, sometimes. What we got? I think I'm about to lose battery. Punk said they sell the high flow lids. Reggie said dried off the chamois. I told you his name was Reggie. He was here to take Megan out. You know that scene from Bad Boys 2? Yeah, it's where it's Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. It's like hilarious. Like, Well, you ludicrous looking at me and Reggie always be joking about that. Hamid, what up, man? Does the super pump run on 5/8
What's
or
up,
half?
Hamid?
Actually, neither. It wants a 3/4 discharge. You could run it on a 5/8, but we're not going to put that in writing because it don't like a 5/8 at all. So 3/4 discharge, which is about as big of a.
It currently don't like a tall reach tip either.
It don't. We got some prototype tall reach tips, different.
We got
sizes.
some new ones, different sizes. I mean, the volume it's too much. It actually, what's wild is you can't really tell how much it reduces because the pump doesn't struggle.
No.
But if you put a tall reach on it, thinking you're going to get more, you're actually getting less. So we're finding that perfect orifice size for it.
Yeah.
Australia, dude. Well, we got to find some. I mean,
we got a couple guys we're talking to in Australia. It's just, if you know anybody, send them over our way. Yeah.
Wouldn't be a hard sell. The stuff would
No.
move over there. We got plenty of guys on YouTube who watch us in Australia.
Tons. Australia.
Maccabee, you need to open a store, dude.
That's what we're saying, John.
That's what we're telling you.
John, we'll come over. I know.
I will come to
I
Australia.
want to go anyway, as long as y'all don't do them damn mandates.
What is it? P320 Wallaby Way, Sydney?
Yeah. P. Sherman.
P. Sherman.
Yeah.
P. Sherman.
God dang. I can't remember the address. But
Wallaby
you get
Way.
Most of it. Yeah.
Yeah, Wallaby Way, Sydney.
420.
Or something. P. Sherman, Wallaby Way, Sydney.
Right. Hey.
Capybara.
Oh, crush. Shark bait boo-ha-ha looking at. Well, guys, my phone's going to die, and I got to go piss because I've had a lot of these this morning.
Man. Yes, Lord.
Good hanging out with y'all.
Good
We got
seeing
some,
y'all, man. We appreciate you.
Hopefully some good content coming this week. As long as the universe don't stop us dead in the tracks.
They're
man.
going to try, boy. It
You
don't
gonna-
matter. We're coming, baby.
Gonna try. You can try all you want to, universe. All you want to try. You ain't got nothing.
No. He said no. What did he say? He said, I'm using sodium hypochlorite. And she said, oh, okay. Damn right.
Yeah, send them back in the house.
Go back in now.
I'm going to need that tomato sandwich now.
Rustler back in the house.
Babushka, make tomato. Y'all have a good one, man. We'll see you.
See y'all.
Peace out. End. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? Yes, I'm sure.